been said that we don't rescue animals, that they rescue us. And I really do believe that. Now, everyone knows right now that 2020 hasn't been a great year, but 2019 wasn't a great year for me personally. In January of 2019, I was working as a registered nurse in a busy post-operative unit at a nearby hospital. Early one snowy, icy morning in late January, as I exited my car to go into the hospital, I slipped and fell on the ice, slamming the back of my head on the asphalt. Long story short, I had a small subdural hematoma and landed in the hospital for observation. I recovered quickly, though, and went back to work the next week. Then, in late February, our beloved kitty Gryffindor, who was 15, finally told us he was done and wanted to head over the Rainbow Bridge. We were brokenhearted, but knew it was the right thing to do. After a time, we started talking about getting another kitty, but decided it just wasn't a good idea. I mean, we're both older, we both worked, we were planning to retire in December and then travel. There were 1,000 reasons not to get another cat. The month of May came, and over Memorial Day weekend, we had a family party in our new motorhome. 2 days later, on Monday, May 31st, Derek and I went for a bike ride on a trail near our home, and that is when everything changed. As we were riding along, a fast biker came flying by and startled me. I lost control of the bike and fell hard onto my right side. I sustained a tibial plateau fracture that in one moment ended my nursing career earlier than expected and put me in a full knee brace with no weight bearing for at least 6 weeks. I was devastated. I literally went from walking and running 5 miles a day in the hospital to sitting in a recliner all day, needing my husband, who was still working, to help me with the most basic tasks. In September, we were finally able to take our new motorhome out for our first long trip from Utah to Tennessee and back. But when I got home, the longing for a kitty companion was still there. I started to frequent the local Humane Society's website, just looking, mind you. What if we got a senior kitty, I wondered. I read stories about people giving homes to senior animals and what a good fit they could be. We knew we didn't want to start over with a kitten. That's a 15 or so year commitment that would put us into our 80s. So I began searching for a senior female cat. One day in late October, I came across a 10-year-old female ginger cat named Gracie Freebush. That name caught my eye as I love the movie Miss Congeniality, and of course, that's the name of the main character. So on a whim, I jumped in the car and drove up to see her. Well, Gracie didn't want to give me the time of day. She was curled up asleep and wasn't into being disturbed. In fact, I think she even hissed at me. However, on a nearby windowsill, I heard a meow and a loud purring that seemed directed at me. I turned my attention to the windowsill kitty, and this is what I saw. A tortie, walking back and forth on the windowsill, purring and meowing and rubbing hard on my hand when I reached out. She seemed healthy and definitely friendly, but I could see the fur on her back had been shaved off, making it a little weird to pet her. It turns out this kitty was named Reese's after the peanut butter cup. Obvious, I guess. Chocolate and peanut butter coloring, after all. The tag said she was 14 years old. Okay, that checked a big box. She was female and spayed. Check. She was certainly friendly. Checked another box. But what was going on with her fur? I asked a staff member, and it turns out she had belonged to an elderly person who had recently passed away. Family members brought Reese's in and relinquished her to the shelter. When they brought her in, the fur on her back was so matted they had to shave her whole back. I texted Derek and then sent this video. He was agreeable, because he really liked her too, and I brought her home. It took her a couple of days to adapt, but she liked attention and food too much to hide for very long. It wasn't long, though, before we felt the name change was in order. She just didn't seem like a Reese's to me. So I started thinking about girl names that had a long E sound, since she was used to responding to that, and came up with Phebe. It had a similar sound as Reese's, and she quickly adapted to it, so Phebe she became.
Phebe. Are you in there? Phebe, are you in there? There's a kitty. So this is where Phebe hides when we're traveling. Yeah. Phebe. Yeah.
Since Phoebe's been with us, we've found out a few things. First of all, she doesn't act 14. We aren't convinced that's her age. She's no spring chicken though, so it's okay. She loves people food of any kind. We even caught her stealing a potato chip out of the bag. Naughty kitty. This is Phoebe, appearing as though she's sitting very nicely. But here's what's really happening. Yeah. Phoebe, sit. She's a really good RV kitty. Now she hates the car and she hates her carrier, but she's good about not crying in the RV. She tucks in between the bed and the wall of our bedroom slide out and only comes out to complain if the roads are too rough. The minute we stop, she comes and stands on the slide and rides it out like she's some kind of feline Valkyrie. She's very easy to care for. Her fur is grown back completely and she's one of the best kitties I've ever been owned by. She is strictly an indoor cat. However, she does like to go out into our fenced backyard to eat grass and sun herself on the rocks. We only let her do this, however, if we're there to supervise her. One of the big questions potential RVers who are also cat owners have is how we deal with the litter box issue. In our case, we pondered that question a lot. Previously, we would put the litter box in a bathroom on travel days and then in front of the driver's seat of our diesel motorhome when we were camping. Now, this was in our Monaco motorhome. But this wasn't our favorite solution. This, however, is our favorite. This is a litter box enclosure end table I got from Amazon. Now, if you go to Amazon and type in litter box end table, you will get a list of about 30 or so options. This particular one seems to now be only available through third-party sellers and only in white, but there are so many that if you want something like this, there are lots to choose from. Some cats will not use a covered litter box. Case in point, this big guy. He hated them. But I was sure this was the solution I wanted for our RV, so I purchased a covered litter box for home and had that ready when we brought Phoebe home from the shelter. My logic was if she would use the regular covered litter box, in theory, she would use the end table box. Happily, she adapted to the covered litter box just fine. My next step was to order the end table enclosure, and we put it together at home and used her current box, minus the lid, in the end table enclosure. We set it up in the same spot as her regular litter box and let her use it for a few weeks prior to our travel date. By the time we got ready to leave, she was using the enclosure without any trouble. 2 other products have contributed to the success of this endeavor. All of us RV cat owners know how obnoxious it is to have litter on our floors. The kitty jumps out and scatters the litter all over the place. So the first product that has really helped with that is the type of litter we use. Derek found this, Clean Paws by Fresh Step. It's a really good litter and it helps the scatter problem. But this product is what really made the difference. This is the Gorilla Grip Premium Durable Cat Litter Mat. Now, I know you're thinking, I've had scatter mats before and they don't work. I thought the very same thing. But this one does work. At least this big rectangular one works. There are other shapes. This is the one that we have found works the best. I have put the links to all of these products in the description. So what's the takeaway? I've had many cats over the years, but I don't think I ever deliberately went searching for a senior cat. Frankly, the decision to look for an older cat is based in practicality and hopefully in kindness. Leaving a younger kitty behind, either for extended travel or because one or both of us passes away, in my mind just isn't fair to the animal. Frankly, we didn't want our kitty to outlive us. I was also concerned about whether she would adapt to us and what bad habits she might bring. But I wasn't prepared for how sweet she is. She adapted quickly and seems to love us and anyone that comes to our home. She never bites or scratches and is a perfect companion for us. Now, does she have some bad habits? Yes, but her good qualities far outweigh them. Frankly, she probably thinks the same thing about me. So if you're thinking about getting a companion to travel in your RV, consider a senior animal from the shelter. Take your time and find the right fit for you and your family. Understand they probably won't live a long time, but the time they do have with you will enrich your life and theirs. Until next time, restless friends, stay safe and take care. Bye for now.